everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be doing a comparison between these two BB balms. I think that's what you call them, or essence foundation. So the first one is the ETUDE House Precious Mineral Essence Beautifying Block Balm. Such a long word. Versus the INNISFREE Melting Essence Foundation. So both contain different kind of essences. That's why I thought I'll do a comparison between these two, because I'm pretty sure that the packaging inside are very similar. And so what I'm gonna do for the INNISFREE one, I actually got my old cushion and I'm gonna fit it in here just because I know that my long wear cushion, the cushion has already ran out, hence why I thought I'm not gonna buy like another one and waste it. So let's try and change this up and see whether it fits or not. Pretty cool that it comes with another pad already, so another cushion, and this is how it looks like. And let's see if it fits. Ooh, I don't think it does. Oh my god, it doesn't fit inside. No, it doesn't fit. Now the reason why it doesn't fit is because the foundation looks like this and my old one looks like this. So as you can see, this one is way thicker than this one, so it doesn't fit, you guys. Oh well. So anyway, without further ado, let's continue. So the first one I'll be applying onto my face is the ETUDE House, and this will go onto the right side of my face. And basically the features of this one is supposed to give you a perfect cover BB. Contains essence and radiance cream, supposed to give you a flawless finish and supposed to last all day, making your skin look radiant and moist, and it's supposed to help brighten, wrinkle reducing, sebum control and flawless coverage. So we'll see about that. And I got it in the darker shade. It actually comes in 5 different shades. As you can see here, you have to rub your puff into the essence to get the balm out instead of actually tapping, just like not like normal cushion puff. And as you can see here, it actually looks really light on my skin, and it was a little bit too light even though this is a darker shade. And I noticed with this ETUDE House, it actually takes longer to apply compared to the INNISFREE, just because I have to rub more of the BB onto the puff quite a few times to, you know, complete half of my right face. So who knows how long it will take for the entire part of my face. And as you can see, I look like a white ghost, and I don't know why I'm doing my hair like that. On the other side of my face, I applied the INNISFREE Melting Essence Foundation, and as I mentioned before, I got the refill instead of the actual one with the case, and I got it in the darker shade, which is number 23, and it only comes in 2 shades. So basically this one contains mineral rich spring water essence, 65% rich moisture foundation, which gives you a shimmering, glowing, moisture glow skin look, and the white tone up base supposed to give your dull skin a brighter look, which helps to clear your skin apparently. And it comes in a 3-in-1 effect, which is moisture essence, tone up base and a foundation to give a high makeup finish. Now this one is easy to apply. Obviously you have to rub your puff into the foundation to get the foundation out, but this one stick onto the puff easier compared to the ETUDE House one, which means that I don't need to keep rubbing my puff into the foundation, which is good. As you can see here, I try to cover up my redness here because it doesn't really give a very high coverage like it says it would. I'm done putting on both of the essence cushion, and I already can feel that the INNISFREE one is way more moisturizing than the ETUDE House one, and the ETUDE House shade is way more fairer than the INNISFREE, even though the ETUDE House has 5 different shades and I got the darker shade, and the INNISFREE has 2 different shades and I got the darker shade. However, the similarities was that both of them do not cover up my redness at all. Both said that they will help tone up my skin, help to cover up my redness, and look, it doesn't conceal at all. No matter how much I put them on, it just won't stay on my redness. And one thing I noticed in regards to the pores is that because I didn't put primer before both of this cushion, is that on the right side it does go into your pores, but on the INNISFREE side it goes around your pores. So both doesn't look that great, but we'll see how it goes during the day. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go put on the rest of my makeup, and I'm gonna come back and show you guys again. So I'm now back with my makeup on. So I feel like in real life both of the shades look really nice on my skin, even though I can tell the ETUDE House one was a little bit light for my skin. However, in real life it's not too bad. You can't really see the differences between the two Essence cushion, so which is very good because it means that I can go out looking like this. However, with this lighting, you know, this artificial lighting, obviously it looks way more fairer than my actual skin tone, but you guys will see how it looks like during the day lighting as well, which is really good because then you guys can see with the artificial lighting and with the daylight as well. But at the moment I'm not sure how I feel about both cushions yet. I quite like both of them, like, you know, because of some stuff like the coverage and the hydration. But also I realized that the ETUDE House one do have SPF 50 and the INNISFREE one only have, I think, SPF 30. So the time now is 9:12. So what I'm going to do, as always, is that I'm going to come back and check up with you guys with how both cushions stays on my skin. And yep, so I'll see you guys very soon. Hi everyone, so the time now is 12:05 and I can see that the ETUDE House one is much more drier than the INNISFREE. The INNISFREE one is giving like that radiant skin look compared to the ETUDE. The ETUDE one feel like it's leaning towards the matte finish, but the INNISFREE one is still going really well. But in regards of the coverage, both are still okay, but we'll see how it goes during the day. But so far I'm liking the INNISFREE one more than the ETUDE House. Hi everyone, so the time now is 2:57. As you can see on the left side, the INNISFREE one, it is getting oily around the nose area. The forehead is not so bad, actually, no, I lie, it's a little bit oily. But the ETUDE House one is not that oily, but I'm getting dry patches here, yeah, here and here, and as you can see it's just like white spots. So I'm not sure whether it's because the, you know how the cushion has like those Essence white stuff, I don't know, it's making it that way, I don't know. But at the moment it's like it's quite different, like this side is drier but this one is more hydrating, but it is showing some oily signs here around the nose area. So you can see the cushion faded on this side and I didn't even touch my nose at all. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. So it's been how many hours now? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 6 hours. So we'll leave it on for a few more hours and I'll check back with you guys really soon. So the time now is 5:50. So I've had this cushions on for about at least more than 8 hours. So I thought this would be a right time to review and give you guys my final thoughts. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys a brief description of what is happening with my face right now. First, the weather is really hot and muggy, which is actually perfect for this cushion because I want to try it out during a hot day and see how it feels on my skin. My skin type is a dry skin and you can see that it's starting to get really oily around the T-zone area, especially the INNISFREE side. But I actually prefer the INNISFREE one over the ETUDE House, which I'll explain to you guys really soon. So what I've decided to do is, instead of just blabbing anymore, I've decided to do ratings as well as give you guys my thoughts on them as well, so you guys can see how I rate both of these cushions. Now this was actually inspired by Miss Electra Hart and I thought this would be great just to make it short and simple for you guys, so you guys know my thoughts and opinions on both cushions. So what I'll be doing is I'll be comparing and rating by the longevity, by the moisture, by the coverage and by the price. So let's get started. So for the INNISFREE longevity, I would actually rate this 4 out of 5 just because it is pretty long lasting. It actually lasted for 8 hours before it started to get really oily around the nose area. I mean, before that it was starting to get a bit oily, but it wasn't too bad. But I guess considering that the weather was really hot and muggy, I don't blame it for being oily and fading off a little. So definitely 4 out of 5 for that. Moisture wise, I would definitely give it 5 out of 5 just because I have dry skin and it really made my skin really moisturizing and hydrating during the day, but also gave me a coverage that I preferred during the day as well. And onto the coverage, I would actually rate this 3 out of 5 just because this one gives me a very natural coverage. I wouldn't say it gives me like a medium to high, but I would say low to medium coverage, which is what I always look for if I go out during the day. And so I was happy with the coverage, but I wasn't happy with how it doesn't really cover up much of my redness, but it was bearable. It wasn't too bad. For the price, it actually costs about $21 for 14 gram, which means that is $1.50 per gram. I think that is actually pretty affordable, but I would just rate it 3 out of 5 just because I know some people would prefer the price to be lower. But if you're like me, I would actually recommend getting a refill, would be cheaper, and I'll put the price in the description box below. And I'm actually not fast that this didn't fit in my other cases because how often do I use like the same cushion anyway? But I actually do like this one, so I use this more often. But I mean, usually when I use a cushion, I always look at another mirror instead of the proper case itself. And because it seals quite tightly, it's actually travel friendly as well, so I'm not too bothered by it. For the precious mineral, the longevity for this one, I would actually rate it just 2 out of 5 just because I didn't like how it looks on my skin. I wouldn't really say it's long lasting just because it made my skin really dry and patchy and flaky, so I'm not happy with that. So definitely just 2 out of 5. But for those who have oily skin, I would actually think this would be quite long lasting for you guys just because this helps to mattify your face compared to me who have a dry skin. Now in regards of the moisture, I would actually rate this 2 out of 5 as well because this is supposed to make your skin radiant, hence why it's called the Essence Balm Cushion. Yeah, Essence Balm Cushion, and I don't feel like it made my skin hydrating or moisturizing at all, so definitely 2 out of 5. I can see what they were doing, the concept of it, but nah, it doesn't work for me. And for the coverage, at first I was going to rate it about 4 out of 5 just because it gave me quite a nice coverage, but it didn't really cover up much of my redness. And as the day goes by, the coverage just faded and it just made my skin quite chalk, like really cakey. So I would definitely rate this 3 out of 5 instead. For the price, I would actually rate this just 2 out of 5 just because it actually costs $21 for 16 gram. Now I know the Innisfree one has less gram than that, but I feel like this one, because it is not worth it, I would just rate it 2 out of 5. So that means it's only $1.30 per gram, which is not much difference compared to the Innisfree one. I hope you guys enjoy the ratings that I did for this cushion. Hopefully it's helpful. Let me know in your thoughts on these two cushions, if you have tried them or if you're gonna try them. Feel free to ask me any questions down below on any of these cushions because I would like to see your comments. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more cushion or foundation review because I do have more, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.